Hey guys, welcome to All in Wrestling. This is the wrestling guy Mike Smith, and I'm about to hit you guys with my review of NXT. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about is which everybody knows, the Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, or heel DIY. So I know everybody saw it last night, and I did too. Who thinks, like I said, you know what? Who thinks that Johnny Gargano is gonna get the North American title? You guys can let me know in the comments. You guys can let me know in your own questions, in your own videos. You guys can make a question or a video. I'll answer it. But like I said, yesterday night, last night, Johnny Gargano surprised us, dude. And like I said, his heel persona is working perfectly. I don't care what anybody else says. I really don't, because you know what? Johnny Gargano getting what he got, like, the dude got a title shot to the North American Championship. 2019 is Johnny Wrestling or Johnny Badass's year. I'm sorry, but how do you super kick on Ricochet? Like, he didn't even expect it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he didn't even do a promo. He's like, yo, I'm just going to super kick you and I'm going to beat you. And I did like this spot that Tommaso Ciampa come out and he was asking Johnny what was he gonna do. And I think they're not gonna be really a heel faction. I think he's gonna be a heel on his own and he's gonna have the North American title. And like I said, I don't care what anybody thinks. The Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa rivalry is about to start. Because the way he came out and told him that you are not like Johnny Gargano, but unlike Johnny Gargano, I'm actually gonna make you fade to black. This dude is gonna do that, yo. Like he did his promo and it was cool. Like he had his face in there. His music came on, but it wasn't like it wasn't a Titantron. It was like a real cool promo, like in a dark area. It was like a storm. It was cool though. And the lights went out and that dude came out in the back and just started fighting. Yo, they were fighting everywhere. Like, they had to break those dudes up. Like, Aleister Black doesn't play. When it comes to that title, it doesn't play. Like I said, the Undisputed Era are coming back and they're going to get those titles because they're all going to get them. Or Johnny's going to join them somewhere. And I kind of, like I said, you guys might think it's going to be nuts, but he's going to join them. He's going to join them because somehow Adam Cole is going to see his potential. And the thing is, they're going to offer Johnny Wrestling to join the Undisputed Era because he is undisputed. Hold on a minute, guys. Gotta rehydrate. Oh, okay. Give a minute, guys. Breathe. There we go. There we go. So, like I said, guys, the Undisputed Era are going to take Johnny Gargano, somewhere, some point. Because it needed, and I think, and I'm gonna use this like this word perfectly. They needed Johnny Gargano. Like, Johnny Gargano turning heel was something that everybody wanted to see, but he needed it. Because the thing is, he needed a push. He was losing a lot of matches being the way he was. And the joke is, nobody ever thinks that if you turn heel, you're going to be bad at it. It's like this. Remember when, I'm going to use reference, right? Not Ray, but remember when Eddie turned heel? And Eddie kind of just went after, and he basically went after Rey Mysterio. But the way he did it was like right after they won the World Tag Team titles back in the day. And he took off his mask and he threw him around a bit and he said, "Your blood's on my hands." That wasn't just, like, he used every advantage he had to use as a heel, even using his son, which is Dominic. He used them. But to a point, the thing I didn't like was that, they used everything. But like I said, with Johnny Gargano, he's showing everybody, like, just because he's showing everybody I've changed, but I don't mind fighting. He didn't mind fighting Aleister Black and he beat him. And the joke is, like, he beat him in a cage match. But the joke is, Aleister Black isn't going to come after Johnny Gargano because he's not a threat to the title that he wants. He's not a threat. But the Undisputed Era is going to do something where they're going to involve him, because I really think they really should do that, because I think about it. Put Johnny Gargano in the fold, dude. He's got the heel tactic. He doesn't want to be a part of anything, but I think him being in NXT and taking those, like, being in the faction would give Adam Cole a reason to get the NXT title, because that way he could just stick it to Ciampa even more. What if he joined them? Because the thing is, like, look at this. Like, look how we have right now, right? See, now that he's going to have the North American title on his waist after TakeOver, what does that leave NXT? Because now, like I said, I predicted this months and months ago that he was going to get a shot at the North American title. Somebody was going to give it to him. And the joke is, nobody ever thinks that, if anything, like, WWE and the creative team in NXT don't do what main roster does. They don't pick a guy and stuff it down our throats. They're not trying to do that. See, the main roster is doing that. And I mean this very candidly. Like I said, see, and I get the reason why everybody's trying to go to NXT and get the title, because everybody wants to feel that they're measuring up, that they're up here, that there's no measuring stick in NXT. There isn't. Because there's dual titleships always happen. Dual championships always happen in the WWE. That's what it made it famous. And the joke is, now that, like I said, Johnny Gargano thing, now he's gonna be North American champion. Now they have to think, where are we gonna put him now? What are we gonna do? Can we bring the Undisputed? Because if they put the Undisputed Era in his path, that way he can fight the Undisputed Era or join them. Because the thing is, he's gonna realize it, or Candice is gonna play a part, or she's gonna say, once you get the title, you can do whatever you want, which I think she should tell him to join Undisputed Era. She should join them. Because Undisputed Era, they're not bad guys. They just play differently. And that was the thing we were trying to get with them now, because that's the thing. If he joins Undisputed Era, okay, that leaves Tommaso Ciampa with motive. That leaves Aleister Black with motive, because that means they could both go at it, but they could go up the Undisputed Era. That means Johnny could take over, Adam Cole could leave. Because I see it. There's so many ways they could do it. Is that they're building this little box, or this little area, this little mindset they're trying to build. And they can build them, but they have to build them right. And they have to put them in a different situation, right? This is the point. They have to put him in a situation where he feels comfortable, or where the odds are not really against him. So if they put him in the Undisputed Era, he gets protection. That means Bobby Fish, Kyle, Roderick could learn to get with him because he's a heel, so they can get with him. They can use him. They can put them together. They can do that, and that's what they could do. You get the Undisputed Era. You take guys like that. You get Adam Cole. He's the mastermind. You get him like that. That means everybody in the faction would have a title. So basically, if Raw splits the titles, or Raw and SmackDown both split the titles, that means they could be, there could be one member can be United States, one can be Intercontinental, one can be Raw Heavyweight, one can be Universal. Everybody still wins a title. So that gives Raw and SmackDown motive to go after. Then what they do, Candice would go to SmackDown. She would get all the SmackDown referees, like all the SmackDown women, to go with the Undisputed Era. So the bigger the group becomes, it doesn't become oversaturated, because there would be a motive now. Then Raw would have to come back and get all the titles, or they would have to do it in a dual brand pay-per-view to get these titles, but they're not. Then that gives WWE a chance to make new titles and new storylines where the Undisputed Era is going to be part of it now. See, you might think this is crazy, but I'm telling you guys, this is how it's going to go down. They don't know what to do. So if you split, let's see, I'm not saying, let's use a reference, right? Let me use a reference, right? Let me use a reference. Remember how, when WCW, the final episode of WCW, or the final broadcast of WCW, And the thing was that when this merger came, there was gonna be new storylines. Let's just say this, right? WWE has enough money to make new storylines every day. They do. So, in the mindset, they could go after and they could make this big world tour thing where they could just basically say Undisputed Era would be a big of a faction. Everybody would be able to face them. Then it would be like Dean Ambrose would have to get together with the Shield with Roman, and they would have to find a new guy like Jason Jordan, because they could put them like, okay, then now that the Undisputed Era has both titles, they have both titles on SmackDown. They would have to go to SmackDown or cause a invasion of SmackDown, but it wouldn't work because Undisputed Era would already have everybody swayed to believe they're unstoppable. So it wouldn't be like they wouldn't even have to fight. It would be like, okay, they could take out Raw. They would take over their section of the brand or whatever. Because you know what? See, nobody ever looks at the bigger picture with factions, because the thing is, the goal of NWO was to make WCW NWO land, but it never was, because the NWO had too many members and it was already growing. And the thing was, it was infighting because there wasn't enough titles to go around. So you make more titles to make sure it has enough for the faction to go around. That way they can make more money. That means, so say if they ever go to All Elite Wrestling, that means Kenny, Cody, Jericho, all these dudes that came to NXT would not be able to touch him, because the joke is they don't think Adam already made a group. They don't think Adam, the Bullet Club was an idea, but the Bullet Club wasn't just a faction. It was an idea, but they got infight. They kept changing members, and Cody left, and he turned it to the Elite. Then they turned it into this. Then they made everything was a big thing. And then when we don't, and I mean use this term very lightly, right? See, when the one thing in NXT you can make is a faction. That's the one thing you can do in NXT or the main roster. Make a faction. That's it. See, nobody ever thinks that you build a faction. Nobody ever thinks you build something or you make something. WWE is like something that can't. It's a giant, but it's also trying to give people that idea that anything can happen, and anything has happened in WWE. The joke is they don't know what to do. That's the Gundam part. They don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to build, because the joke is they have, like I said, NXT has the Undisputed Era. The Undisputed Era is bringing that competition. I mentioned with another reference, right? Remember when Goldberg first came to WCW? And NWO was really trying to stop him, but couldn't really stop him. And then they got NWO 2000, which was, I think, Bret Hart, some other guy. Because Bret Hart really didn't like him. It was just the fact that that was the thing when the NWO. I don't think they really killed WCW. What killed WCW at the time was Hulk Hogan trying to bleed the thing for money. I don't think that would, I think he was just a dude who really didn't care who he fought. He could have brought Eddie Guerrero and had a thing with Sting and had a rivalry with Sting and had a rivalry with Goldberg, but it wasn't really a rivalry to have, because the joke was it was a clusterfuck because they didn't know what to do. Eric was just signing dudes left and right, so of course they're gonna sign guys left and right, because look at Alex Wright. They had a guy who's in the cruiserweight who came, but they didn't know what to do. They had a bunch of dudes in there like Disco Inferno, had this other guy, signed Bobby the Brain to money. They signed him, signed Bobby the Brain, signed Jim Ross, signed all these dudes they could have signed in WCW. But why would you sign Ric Flair? Because the thing is, the money is, they didn't even know what to do. So in reality, they weren't really doing anything with him. They were just kind of using him as a buffer to help people, to get Sting, to get Arn Anderson, to get Oleander, to get all the Four Horsemen, to get them in there. And I think that Even when Shane came, like in 2000, even when Shane came to WCW and he bought them because he could have made it. The thing is, they had a plan, because the thing is, WCW didn't. It wasn't the white. It was them trying to be something they weren't. Because they had guys, they had Razor, they had Scott Hall, they had Kevin Nash. With the Outsiders would have worked if the NWO wasn't wasting their time trying to just recruit everyone. And it wasn't just like, if you didn't fight in the NWO, you wouldn't even have a great match. Even Chris Jericho said, and Chris Jericho was never wrong about it. The NWO was stupid. It was a faction that was underdeveloped, oversaturated, and they didn't really do anything with them. It was like when they came to WWE in 2002 and they tried to recruit everybody, meaning they tried to recruit Big Show, Booker T, X-Pac. X-Pac would have been a great dude, but the funny thing, why would you recruit freaking Booker T? He wasn't a part of it in the first place. The dude was a part of Black and White because of Scott fucking Steiner, and Scott Steiner didn't know what to do. He didn't know. See, and this is why I'm bringing a reference to you guys. Like, let me hit you with this with NXT, right? The Undisputed Era could be oversaturated, but they're not. They keep 4 members because everybody gets a shot. Adam's the brains of the whole operation. He's a modern day Hulk Hogan. There's Bobby Fish. He's the Scott Hall. There's Kyle O'Reilly. He's Kevin Nash. And Roderick Strong, he's the Dusty Rhodes. He's the Dusty Rhodes to this. Or the Lex Luger, because the thing is, like, nobody gets that, like, everybody who's gonna, because watch, the Undisputed Era is gonna do something. They're gonna offer him a shirt. They're gonna offer Johnny Gargano the shirt, because they're gonna throw it into him. He's gonna meet them somehow, and they're gonna be like, wow, well, Johnny, we saw your match. It was great. Now that you have the title, would you want to join? They're gonna ask him. They're gonna hit him with that deal. It's gonna happen, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Like I said, NXT is the freaking place for opportunity, because everything can happen in NXT. It's gonna happen. You guys know it and I know it. It's gonna happen. Like I said, I'm gonna hit you guys with another thing, right? So now that now that the North American title's out, so now we gotta think what's gonna happen with the NXT title, right? And my guess is Aleister Black's already gonna have a title shot. The boss is going to defend that title against him. But where does the Velveteen Dream fit in? Because I haven't seen him. And who I really want to see is EC3 in this match. But EC3 can't really get it, because he hasn't earned the title shot. So if they put EC3, it's going to be a fatal 4-way against the dudes that Ciampa's never beaten. So that means EC3 would be in it. Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. See, certain things are going to happen for a reason. You know this, I know it, and you know it. Because in reality, nobody ever thinks that things can happen. See, things can happen for a reason. A big, big, big reason, right? Nobody ever thinks that. But in NXT, it happens. So, the wild card is going to be Lars Sullivan when he comes to Raw, or SmackDown when he comes to the main roster. So if they take him, Lars Sullivan can get a title shot anyway. He can get into Continental, because the thing is, they have to bring somebody to fight him. So Braun Strowman wouldn't be the logical choice to do that, because he's already in a fight with Brock Lesnar. Because the mindset would have to be to get him, to give him a lucrative deal. But anyway, guys, like I said, and the women's title is going to be happy. But the women's title, I already know who's going to have it. Either Lacey Evans is going to get a title shot, Bianca Belair is going to get one, because they're going to put Shayna Baszler in all of them, and Nikki, and Kyrie because I really want to see that. That's what's gonna end up happening between the two. And this is what I mean. Like, Lacey Evans is a great woman, but why is she going to the main roster? That, excuse my language. That lady doesn't. I don't like her gimmick. Her freaking special kind of sucks anyway. I don't like it. I don't. Nikki, I'm more happy that Nikki's going because of Becky. That's the only reason. Because Nikki Cross is insane. I just like it. Her character's cool. I dig it. Sanity is cool. I dig them. Because of EY. Because I didn't really think Eric Young was gonna come. I actually really didn't think. And like. Like I said, they got everybody. Sanity's like a good team. And I'm glad they're on the main roster, actually, because them dudes are going to get a title shot, and I can tell. Because Sanity doesn't play. Sanity is a freaking beast. I'm sorry. Sanity's not playing. And if the War Raiders come in that mug, I mean, they're going to get a shot at War Raiders, Undisputed Era. It's going to be a freaking tag team war for them belts. I really wanted to see that you could do like a tag team Undisputed. I really wanted them to see if they can do a tag team elimination chamber. But like I said, guys, I'm going to bring this video to a close. And if you guys like the video, please keep viewing the videos if you like them. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that like button. Please subscribe and peace.